I was riding from Pondicherry to Chennai, JT650, cruising at around 120, and suddenly a bike with the iconic Pulsar tail lamp just goes past me. I honestly laughed inside my helmet because I didn't expect that from a Pulsar 220F. By the end of the video, you'll understand why this bike still makes sense for highway travel in 2026 and why some riders quietly choose it over newer, more expensive motorcycles. This is not a spec review, this is a story about the 2026 Bajaj Pulsar 220F and why it still earns respect on the highway. I didn't expect it to hold that speed, I definitely didn't expect it to pull. We didn't race, it was more like a conversation at speed. Later we stopped at a tea stall and had tea, talked bikes, and that ride stayed with me because it reminded me that some motorcycles don't shout, they just do the job. On paper, the Pulsar 220F doesn't excite anymore. 220cc single cylinder, oil cooled around 20.9 PS, but power numbers don't tell you how a bike feels at 110. What this engine does well, especially in 2026 version, is usable mid-range. Throttle response is clean, power delivery is predictable, and at highway speeds the engine feels relaxed. Now let's talk stability because this is where the 220F quietly shines. The wheelbase, heavier build and low slug stance, most modern bikes under 2 lakhs feel exciting for 10 minutes and tiring after hundreds of kilometers. The Pulsar 220F is the opposite. If you've ridden a light 150 or a 160cc bike at 110 for 20 minutes, you know that slight tension in your shoulders. On the 220F, that tension never shows up. That's the difference nobody writes in spec sheets. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Bikes coming out nowadays are chasing features. Now, the 220F chases distance. For 2026, Bajaj hasn't changed the sole, they've cleaned the edges up. You got LED turn indicators now, refreshed graphics and a subtle cosmetic update. It still looks unmistakably like the 220F and honestly, that's the point. The instrument cluster stays practical, you get a digital LCD console with Bluetooth connectivity, turn-by-turn navigation and call alerts, no massive TFT, no distractions. At highway speeds, clarity matters more than color. It's a decent instrument cluster.
So I just rode the Pulsar 220F and it's amazing, very nostalgic. So right about, let's just discuss about what is there in the motorcycle appearance wise. I love this rubber Bajaj badging, which is good, and the front, the light setup is really great. We have some carbon fiber accents here, it's just a sticker, but elevates the look. The overall paint scheme of the motorcycle is much more cleaner, much more mature, if you can see. So Pulsar is going for that mature sports bike look, and this is purely cosmetic and it still looks so great on the motorcycle. And some carbon fiber accents here and there which elevate the look of the motorcycle. And look at the side panel, also has been done with a carbon fiber accent, which is really great. Overall look is excellent on the 220F. Makes a motorcycle feel like a much more premium sports bike, and the parts have also been done really well, right? If you can look here, all the components, all the gaps have been filled very well. There's nothing that looks off place, and even the instrument cluster looks really clean. And we also have a charging port here, which is USB. So overall, a clean look from the motorcycle. The 220F badging, the iconic motorcycle. We have multi-purpose tires. That was intentional. They wanted to keep the motorcycle a perfect sports tourer. You could be able to go anywhere you wanted with this motorcycle. So that's what they've done. Beautiful split seats on the 220F. I really love that as well. Really functional and elevates the look of the motorcycle, right? And we have a single grab rail in the back. Sleek, small, just enough for the pillion to hold on to, and that's very functional. And the seat for the pillion is also pretty adequate. So if you're going to tour on this motorcycle with the pillion, it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty comfortable for the pillion rider as well.
Mechanically, nothing drastic has changed. Same proven engine, same chassis, same setup. Because if something has worked reliably on Indian highways for years, you don't really mess with it. People think the 220F survives because of nostalgia. That's wrong. Talk to touring riders, long distance commuters, old Pulsar owners. They don't call this bike exciting, they call it dependable. That's a very, very different compliment if you understand it. Now let's talk price, because this is where the 2026 Pulsar 220F makes real sense. Ex-showroom sits at around 1.28 lakh. On road you're looking at roughly about 1.45 to 1.55 lakh depending on the city. In this range you'll find lighter, newer bikes, mostly 150 and 160. They're great in the city, but they're not built to sit at 110 all day. If you are someone who wants to travel on a budget, proper highway travel, the 220F saves you money every single kilometer. Fuel efficiency stays reasonable, servicing is simple, parts are everywhere, you're not paying extra for performance you'll never use. That day on the highway, I was on a GT650, more power, more cylinders, and more money. But the Pulsar didn't feel out of place. And that's when I realized some motorcycles age, some mature. And the 2026 Pulsar 220F has matured. If you want the latest tech, the biggest screen, or the fastest acceleration, this is definitely not your bike. But if you want a motorcycle that can commute, cruise, travel long distances without drama, this one still deserves respect. So here's my question to you. Do motorcycles always need to evolve, or is there value in bikes that simply refuse to change? Let me know in the comments.